Hey everybody, this is going to be a hopefully quick video on this FOS 6-inch fire bell. Um, this is my first red fire bell, I believe, that I have collected, and I'm surprised it's taken me this long considering I love bells, and I always have, and they were pretty much the thing that got my channel started. Um, but this one is somewhat sentimental to me. Um, Before I get into that, let's talk about this device itself. So, as you can see, it does look similar to a Simplex bell, and I believe that it is just a rebranded Simplex bell, although I'm not entirely sure on that. I'm like about 75% sure that it's just a rebranded Simplex bell, because the label looks very similar to the 80s and 90s Simplex bells that had the Simplex logo and said Simplex, and then Gardner, Massachusetts on the bottom. But instead, this one says FOS, with the FOS logo in the oval, with Tecumseh, Michigan, written on the bottom instead. Now, FOS is apparently some sort of like off-brand, I guess, of Faraday. The FOS stands for Faraday Out-Sourced, and so what I believe that is that it's just Faraday, like another division of Faraday that essentially, I think they just rebranded other alarms instead of making their own, which is what the outsourced, um, to me at least, means. I'm not sure if that's entirely correct. If anybody has more information and would like to share in the comments, please feel free to do so, and please educate us all, because I'm not entirely sure what the deal with this Faraday outsourced brand was. The information's here on the bottom, and this is again another clue as to why I believe it's a Simplex rebrand, because they also had the tag on the bottom of the base here. Catalog number 4496.45 amps. This is a 120 volt model, and there's the UO listing and everything else. And then on the back, you got your screw terminals for the wiring, decibel ratings, and you can see the striker there and a little bit of the electromagnet. So this is an electromagnet driven bell, not a motor driven bell. I don't have any motor driven bells yet, so maybe someday I'll get one of those. But anyway, so the reason why these are so sentimental is because the school that I went to for middle school and high school, I actually went there 1 year for elementary school as well. I went there for 5th grade. And the elementary school portion of the building, it was a multiple building campus, but there were 2 elementary school buildings, and they were interconnected by a bridge, like a walking bridge. And both of those buildings, I think I'm pretty sure it was both of them. They had these, and they used them for school, like the school bells, like class change bells. Not really class change bells. They only rang them at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. But they did not use them for fire, which is ironic because they're painted red. They had a separate fire alarm system which consisted of Gentex Commander 3s and Bosch T-bars, which I do not have one of those. That's another one that I'm looking for to complete my collection of alarms from my schools. But yeah, so they had these, and the thing is, like a majority of them were painted, just like painted this with the industrial building paint that whatever they painted the walls with. So like they were painted blue and yellow, and there was one, I can remember one that was not painted, and it was in the what we call the multi-purpose room. Now, unfortunately, that room was renovated in like 2019, and it was like added to they did a whole big project with renovating the auditorium, that was like right next door to the auditorium, and that became actually a part of the new auditorium. So that building is like basically part of the new auditorium now, and the one that was unpainted is, from what I can tell, no longer there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what exactly that area got turned into. Yeah, but I'm definitely sure that the bell is not there anymore. The rest of the ones that are painted, I think they are still there. But yeah, I'm not super sure. But they had these. I know they also had Federal Signal Vibratone bells in the building where the auditorium was, like 6-inch ones. And then they had 4-inch adaptabells in the high school building, the old building. And then they had American Time and Signal Corporation 6-inch bells in the newer buildings. So, yeah. But the fire alarm system in the upper school building, I believe that those were installed at the same time as that one because they had Faraday chevrons in that system. And this is, again, you can clearly see the resemblance in the Faraday logo to the FOS logo. They both have that oval design. But that system consisted of Wheelock ASs and Faraday chevrons. So I'm pretty sure that those bells were put in at the same time that system was put in. Because that was a 90s era system, I believe. So, with enough rambling, I guess we'll go ahead and ring this bell now. So I have it plugged in. Like I said, it's a 120 volt model. So I'm just running it off of a line cord. So let's just ring it in a continuous. So it is pretty loud. The 120 volt models, I've noticed that the 120 volt bells are often the loudest. Probably because they draw a lot of current and they use a bigger electromagnet, most likely. But, yeah, I've just very, very loud. Now, the one that was not painted that I remember from my school, it had a weird problem where it would ring at like regular volume for about a half a second and then it would get all muffled. So, like, I'm gonna see if I can replicate that. Something like this. That's what it sounded like. So, yeah, very strange. I'm not sure what the cause for that was. I can only imagine maybe there was like something going on, a wire getting caught in the striker or something. I have no idea. But, try code 3 now. Very nice. Has a nice tone to it. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I think that is just about it for this video. So that is a bit longer than expected video on the FOS 6-inch Fire Bell catalog 4496. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.